Hey guys, glad to see you guys here. I would like to say, please welcome to the podium Austin Moulton. I'm going to give a little biography about him. He has been coming to the club for 9 years. Not only was he a club member, but he is currently a staff member here at camp. So he has been able to learn from both perspectives. He is a hard worker, very determined, and committed in achieving the goals he sets. He has previously been a Torch Club president and a Keystone president. With the drive and determination he is ready to take on the role as your CEO. Keystone to him is about forming great friendships through helping others, but also a place to have fun and enjoy teenage years. He believes each of your voices is as equal as his, and together you can make a difference in the club and the community. With that said, he believes that he will make an outstanding CEO. So please welcome Austin Moulton.
The day was August 31st, and the year was 2010. The sun was bright, the wind was fresh, and the kids were anxious. This day is so memorable to me because it was the day that I was elected Keystone President by my peers. Not only was this one of the proudest days of my life, but it was also a crossroads for me between choosing to be a selfless leader and lead with determination and commitment, or I could have done the minimum to just get by. I chose the challenge. I chose to make a difference, and I chose to give back to the community. We made a difference that year in Keystone. Some of the community service projects that we did was gig hauling carts for the soldiers in Afghanistan. We also helped send 1.4 million meals to the surviving victims in Haiti, and we had some dances at the HLM unit to give teens a positive place to come and hang out. And each of these projects help us earn the National Community Service Project at the National Keystone Conference that year. Good afternoon, my friends and fellow Keystone members. I just wanted to thank you guys for considering me to be your CEO for Keystone for the first time. My name is Austin Moulton, and I'm a senior at Bentonville High School. I've been part of the Boys and Girls Club for 9 years, and of those 9 years, 4 of which have been spent in Keystone. I'm here today because I believe your next CEO should lead from the front. I believe that we should give back to the community. I believe in setting clear goals and acting to achieve those goals. I believe in helping my Keystone members and Torch Club members succeed. And above everything else, I believe that this small group of 40 to 50 people can make a big difference in the world. And not only that, I believe that we can make a positive and meaningful impact in our community. So, Dwight D. Eisenhower was the supreme commander of the Allied forces during World War II. And whenever he would train his generals, he would carry this chain with him. And he would stack it up on the table like this. And he would ask his generals, if I was to push this chain, which direction would it go? Now he would hear many of answers. The correct answer is, you honestly don't know. But if you take the chain by the end and you pull it, which way is it going to go? The correct answer is, it will follow you. And that's what I believe leadership is about. If you push the people, you honestly don't know which way they will go. But if you take the people and you show them the way, then they will lead you. I don't want to be your boss. I don't want to push you around. I want to stand there in the front, right in the middle of the action with you guys. So the biggest part of Keystone for me is the community service. Our community service is so important because our community is important. And to give back to them is so important to us because not only are we forming great leadership skills and we're growing as a team, but we are also helping those in need. And by doing that, we are creating a positive environment for many future generations to look back to. Through the upcoming community service projects, I want our Keystone Club to impact the lives of 5,000 people. We will be actively engaging in this project through our regular community service projects as well as our day-to-day lives. So whether that is giving a homeless person a pair of socks, paying for a meal for an elderly couple at a restaurant, or even tutoring a kid at the club. Through the dedication and commitment of you guys, I honestly believe that we will reach this goal and greatly exceed it. Career preparation is the next area I would like to talk about. Everyone has the potential in here to go to college, but not everyone knows what they want to do. I know I didn't. And as CEO, I see it as my responsibility to help you guys find what it is you're passionate about and help you achieve that. So if you want to go into the medical science field, I want to get you in the hospital. I want to get you mentored by a doctor, by a surgeon, by a nurse to see what it's like from an inside perspective and learn what it means to be a doctor. If you want to study law enforcement, I want to get you in a cop car doing a ride-along. I want you guys to get the inside perspective, and through that, you'll be one step ahead of all the other students at your high school. Creating a fun environment is key to everything that we do in Keystone. Because yes, we have times to be serious and do community service projects and focus on career preparation. But we need a time to where we can do stuff like our camping trips. We can go to the amusement parks. 2 reasons that these are so important is because it helps us grow as a team. And secondly, we do so much hard work. It's nice for everybody to have a time to just cut back and have fun. These things will create a much more positive environment for us to build off of each other's ideas because everybody will be closer as a team. So, my fellow Keystoners, I ask of you to embark on this journey to greatness with me so that we can set the bar high for other Keystone clubs in the nations to look to. We will be the leaders of the Keystone, of the Boys and Girls Club in this nation. Thank you for your time, and thank you for considering me for your CEO.
Victoria. Victoria is 17 years old and is currently a senior at Rogers High School. She is active in several activities, but Keystone is one of her main priorities. She runs track, is the manager of cross-country team, the president of the drama department, and she participates in several other extracurricular activities. She believes that she'd make an excellent Keystone CEO. With her speaking skills and confidence in herself, and other members of Keystone, she believes that she could represent Keystone well and set the bar high for future CEOs. Please welcome Victoria Golden.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Victoria Golden. I'm 17 years old, and I've been a Keystoner for 2 years. Through Keystone, I've done a lot of activities with y'all. I've been through so much with y'all. I've seen you guys grow up, and you guys have seen me grow up. We've done so much. We worked in Joplin. We got to Atlanta, Georgia. I almost said Carolina, but Atlanta, Georgia, which was torture, but so much fun and so worth it in the end. We have, oh my gosh, we've been in lock-ins where we just wanted to fall asleep, but we knew that we needed to stay up for our torch clubbers, so they knew that what it would be like to be a Keystoner, and they had someone to look up to once they got to our age. You guys have seen me in my worst and my best days. You guys have seen me where I'm so stressed out about a test, but you've known how to keep me calm. You've talked to me. You've seen me at my best days where I want to get everyone pumped up, and I shove a million hamburgers in my mouth during a game for Keystone, or I eat a blended Happy Meal and spit it in the trash can because it tastes disgusting. But you guys have been with me through all of that. You guys have seen me start from a little tiny sophomore who weighed like 102 pounds and grow up into a 17-year-old girl who wants to lead y'all and wants y'all behind me. And I want to show the Torch Clubbers how to be a Keystoner and how to lead people and how to impact the community with the things that we do, with how we help people, with how we talk to people. I want people to look at us and know what Keystone is. I don't want them to even have to ask what Keystone is. We should be known in the community. We should make such a huge impact by the things that we do, like with the Joplin trip and when we go to Guatemala this spring break. That should be something that people know about. As CEO, I want to do bigger things, like the Guatemala trip. That is going to be so amazing. And I want to make it to where that's not just a one-year thing, so that you Torch Clubbers, when you become Keystoners, you guys can go to Guatemala too, or some place where they need more help than just in Guatemala, where we can give them stoves. I want y'all to help me to grow further. And by being CEO, I know that I would grow into a better and stronger leader, and I know that you guys could help me do that. And I want to help you guys grow. I want to watch you guys grow. I want to watch you guys become better leaders, and I want to help you become the best leader that you could possibly be. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
That was Victoria Golden. Thanks, Victoria. Next we have up Mana Velasco. Monica, she goes by Monique most of the time and is proud to say that she is drug-free. She is a huge fan of zebras and cows. She feels that her future is bright because of the hard work she puts in. Monica has been through many difficult times in life, but has always had people, including Keystone, to be there to pick her up. She enjoys being a leader and shows others that she can stand up for herself rather than being a person who falls into peer pressure. She too believes that she'll make a fantastic CEO. Please welcome Monica Velasco.
Several people, what's your dream? I would like to ask Ethan, what's your dream?
I want to become a veterinarian.
Well, my key point is for being a Keystone CEO is to be there when you graduate and be there while you're taking your ACT, helping you out. Justin, what's your dream? I'm not really sure what that is, but I will help you. Jamie, what's your dream?
Forensic scientist.
I like that. That's unique. I haven't heard that in someone else. I am turning 17. I want to be a person that doesn't do any drugs anymore. I want to be someone more positive. I want to be someone who can actually achieve their dreams. Okay, I have a dream. As Martin Luther King said, I will be chosen for CEO. That's my first dream. Then I'll become my cosmetology license person. Okay. And when I think I can push myself, I think I can't, but I know that Donovan, Miss Ashley, Mr. Daniel, they push me so hard, like, woo! Like, they push my buttons, but they want me somewhere. I want you guys to be somewhere too. To be someone that has a better future than those that are outside waiting for a job at McDonald's. I mean, I used to work at Sonic. That was a pain in the butt. I smell like nasty hamburgers. You don't want to be doing that. Or their food is really good, but 3 things I like to say about myself. I have confidence in my legs shake when I'm really nervous and I want to throw up. And also, I like having a role model. My biggest role model is Mr. Donovan and Mr. Daniel, because they're both funny and they both are cute. I may have a boyfriend, but you gotta tell the truth, okay? Okay, other than that, I eat ramen noodles sometimes at cosmetology school, and it's not really the best lunch, to think about it, every day. And I think that I could raise more money for other people, because other people don't even have ramen noodles. Believes in me. I have a better future than others, but I'm not going to say anything about that. But I believe that Mr. Donovan is going to get his master's degree. I'm pretty sure he has a lot of confidence in himself. I like to have a lot of confidence. We all like to. Like Jocelyn and Michelle Montoya, I would like to thank them very much because they broke me out of my shell, my little shell. And I would not be talking right now, so I would be speaking. And me and Jocelyn, she's like a sister. Jamie's like my big brother. It's because you're taller than me. And Tori, I see her as a white role model. Someone that I never had. I'm just saying. But, you gotta have those role models. And after 2 years of being in Keystone, I met Kevin. And he decided to give me a second chance on March 28th. I was so happy. ever since we broke up, I never thought we would ever be together. But Mr. Daniel, Sierra, Tori, Jocelyn, they helped us out, and also Raina and Irene. They both told each other to tell Kevin to ask me out. Good job. Because I really love him. Maybe a pain in the butt, but. And after those years me and Kevin been together, I noticed that I should be growing up. I shouldn't be being more immature. I shouldn't be more inside. I should be outside, as in Keystone. I should be helping those that need help. Because others, they don't have anybody to be there for. I want to be there for you. I want to cry with you. I want to dance with you, of course. And twerk. Okay. I will do anything to make your dreams come true. Believe me, I got some. I'm sorry, Jamie. And not many people stand up for themselves. I used to just stay right there. I was always a follower. But I do follow people on Twitter. That doesn't count. But I like to be my own leader. I want to stand up for myself. I want you guys to be better leaders. Not just be in the crowd and be that little white person, not doing anything. Whatever your race is. Whatever. I'm not being racist or anything, but I'm just making it clear. And I think it's time you guys chose your CEO person. Because I really want to be a CEO leader. I don't want to be that girl. I want to be different. I want to be there. I want to be a girl. For goodness sake, just vote for me. I would also like to thank Miss Ashley for not saying anything about me back. And I want to thank all the lunch ladies that they try their best to make the best lunch, but it ain't good. No, I'm being honest. And I would like to thank everybody, all the torch clubbers. You guys are getting there. You guys will be better leaders. You guys are reaching the sky. I am not. I'm really short. I'm 4'11", and I'm in 11th grade. Okay, everybody's up? That's my last thing. I had a dream.
Okay, so we'll start with Austin. You're the first to speak.
Hey guys, no time you please.
So I will ask Austin a question, and then we will give a chance for Tori and Monica to respond to his question, and then go on from there. Austin, under your leadership, what does Keystone look like?
First off, I would just like to say that's a great question. And under my leadership, what I see Keystone and Torch Club both doing is I want us to be more involved in the community. And ways that we can do this is we can get out there and we can talk to not only city officials, we can also talk to our board members, our local businesses, and our media. These are main things that we need to think about as a Keystone Club, because one of the biggest parts of what we do is spreading awareness. And I think that this can be achieved through through word of mouth and also through the media. So if we talk to people that are ranked highly in our community, like city officials and both people who own businesses, then these people are going to go out, they're going to talk to their friends, and down the road, we're going to be recognized and we're going to get a lot more recognition and opportunities for what we have to bring to the table. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to the next speaker.
Okay, Victoria, would you like to add or make a comment on what?
I'd like to add. I completely agree with Austin. I think we need to reach out to the media and to businesses and corporations in our area. But I think that we could do a little more than that. I think that we could, instead of just talking to them about it, we could sit down and we could have a meeting. We could ask them what we could do in their corporation to get people who work for them active in Keystone, their kids active in Keystone. We can reach out to their children We could tell them about Boys and Girls Club. We could do so many things with that. But yeah, I completely agree.
Monica, would you like to respond?
I would actually like to disagree on Tori's saying. Because, like, people don't like to always listen, and like, it gets boring. I know that. Because Obama gets a little boring sometimes. And I would like, the way I would be like to be brought into Keystone is probably like go to a party that's appropriate, obviously. Like something that will make teenagers do good things, not just stay home and do their homework and just run and do their boring stuff, but actually do something about it. Like slap people in the face, go to Boys and Girls Club, do something.
Austin, would you like to rebut on that?
No, I think that they both had some good points. So we go ahead and move on to the next question.
Victoria, are you good to move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Victoria, the next question is for you. What are your particular goals for Keystone, and why do you think those are the most important?
Okay, so one thing that we focus on a lot in Keystone is obviously getting more members because we want more people to be active in Keystone. We want more people to know about us. We want people to hear the word Keystone and automatically think of us and not the class that was offered at Rogers High School my freshman year. That's not what people want to learn about. So we need to get more members, but also we need to continue to grow the members that we already have. So we need to work with them, help them to see how they can become a better leader. And we need to help them to keep up with their schoolwork and their actual jobs, teach them how to get real jobs. And if we do those things, we will impact the community better.
Monica, would you like to comment? All right.
I would like to add actually, thanks for asking. And my biggest goal for Keystone is to get everyone to go to, conference, Georgia. I mean, you can't miss that out. It's one of the best moments, but there are moments in Keystone where you would love to be there forever. There always are. My key goal is to make it more exciting, have it more of a unique way to have more fun, not just be in meetings. We could be outside helping other people and reaching out to other people. We just need more members. That's it.
Austin, also comment or add?
Yeah. So some of the goals that I have for Keystone, some that I briefly mentioned, is that I want to focus on the people who are already invested in Keystone. So I want to be a forensic scientist. I want to get you some experience in that field, so you're a step above everybody else at your grade level that wants to do that, because that's important to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's your goal. So I want to help you achieve that goal. But not only that, I would like to also focus on getting more people involved and growing as a club, because that's what it's about. If we have more numbers, then we're going to get funded through organizations a lot more easily, because sometimes whenever people look at Keystone from an outside perspective, they see it as a small group of 30 to 40 people. I want to grow that number so that we can get more funding, because that's what we need, so we can do stuff like go to our Keystone conference, go to Guatemala, and then do other projects like our camping trips. So that's all I have for that.
Would you like to comment additionally?
I completely agree with Austin. I think that we should get people active in what they do, and I think that's a very good point that he has on his campaign. So I'd like to applaud him for that.
Monica, you can go ahead and respond as well to their comment.
I like it.
All right, if we're good on that question, we're going on to the third question for Monica. We'll start with you. What is your strategy for reaching out to new Keystoners, and why is that the best?
As for reaching out for new Keystoners, we need to do something extraordinary, something that we've never done, something that's new, something that's fresh, like fresh milk from a cow. That's good stuff. But you need to sanitize that. And we need to go to schools, make speeches, exciting ones. Take me there. I will reach out for people, make it happen. We need more people to help us out. Because with no sponsors, we don't have any money. We can't go anywhere. We'll stay here in Rogers, Arkansas, hillbilly town. So get doing stuff, people.
Austin, would you like to comment or add?
Yes. And the question is, how am I going to reach out to new Keystone members? Is that
What
correct?
is your strategy for reaching out to new Keystoneers, and why is that for this?
So my strategy for reaching out to new Keystone members is focusing on these people right here. These Torch Club members are the most important thing that we have as far as Keystone goes. Because not only are these people going to grow up to be fine individuals, hopefully we can get them to be part of Keystone, and Keystone can contribute to their life. So if I'm CEO, I plan on having an 80% continuation rate of the Keystone or Torch Club members into Keystone. I want 80% of the Torch Clubbers to follow up and go to Keystone. How many of the Keystoners right now were part of Torch Club? Could you show of hands? So that's a strong number. And I think that all of you guys had friends that were in Torch Club, but they didn't get a chance to move on because of certain dilemmas. But I want to reach out to them and show them what we're about. And as far as the people who don't know what the Boys and Girls Club is about, I believe that we should hold a dance, and that like we did overnight, we can reach out to those people through that and have a community service project, because I think that's what Keystone is about, is giving back to the community and having fun at the same time.
Thank you, Austin. Victoria? Yes, I'm sorry, Victoria. This one.
Yes, ma'am. I would hold big events. Like Austin said, we could hold dances. I know that's been successful in the past, but we could definitely have things like car smashes, where you bring sledgehammers and you beat the crowd out of cars because it's fun and it's cheap. It's like $100. And that would totally be a fundraiser also. And that gets people interested in Keystone. They're like, whoa, what are they doing? Why are they beating cars? And then we're like, oh, well, we're raising money for stoves that we can put in homes in Guatemala. That's totally something that people would want to be interested in if they could beat the crowd out of a car and do awesome things with that money. I think that we also need to make awesome videos, which Donovan's already been doing throughout Keystone. But we need to get those out there, not just on YouTube, connected to our Facebook page. We need to tell our friends about it. We need to tell everyone about it. We need to wear our shirts more to school, so people look at our shirts and say, what's Keystone? And then we can answer. We can tell them how awesome it is to be a Keystoner.
Monica, would you like to make any additional comments based on their responses?
I would like to say that to Austin, not only our Torch Clubbers will be fine, they will be pretty and awesome
I'm sure they will.
with my ideas.
Any additional responses, Austin or Victoria, on that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so we're going to move on to the fourth question, and we'll start with you, Austin. So this is a lengthy question, but I'm going to start with because you are at HLN, what do you feel are the strengths and weaknesses? How would you capitalize on those strengths, and how would you relieve weakness?
You're asking for HLM directly, is that correct?
Well, with you being at HLN and having identified with that club, what are your strengths and weaknesses there?
Okay, so I think our strengths at HLM is obvious. One of them is that we don't have strong numbers. All right, so Rogers has always been able to have high numbers, and that's been able to impact their club directly because they've had a higher attendance rate, or not higher attendance rate, but a higher participation rate. So I think that what we can do is, since we are smaller, we can take advantage of that, since we can grow closer as a team and kind of hit different areas and come up with. One of the benefits of being such a small group is that we're easy to bounce ideas off of each other a lot more efficiently, just because there's a small group and there's not people arguing. So I want to take advantage of that and brainstorm new ideas for coming up with big picture ideas for community service projects, like our national service project. I want to go ahead and take advantage of the small group that we have and how we can communicate more effectively. So that's all I have for that.
Victoria, I know that you and Monica are both from Rogers, so feel free to answer from a Rogers perspective what your strengths and weaknesses
Okay,
are.
thank you. I actually have a Rogers and an HLN perspective just based on how I've looked at the HLN Keystoners. In the HLN Keystoners, I've noticed that you guys prioritize Keystone, and that's a problem that the Rogers unit has. We do not prioritize Keystone. We have a large amount of people who don't come to a lot of events. They only come to the ones that they think would be fun, or the ones that they know they need the merit points from to go to bigger events like conference. So I think that HLN has a really good strength in prioritizing Keystone over other things. Also, I think that we could relieve that problem at Rogers by getting people to come more, making it a more of a priority by telling them that it's mandatory or
10 seconds.
making it to where they have to be there. So that's what I have.
Monica, how would you like to add or respond to that question?
I would like to respond by like, we have too many people at the Rogers unit. Some don't even come after conference. Like, if they don't attend like 2 days, they should be noticing Mr. Donovan or Mr. Daniel whether they will be there. Because we need people that will stick with us forever. Because that's what we are. We are family. We will be there for you, fight for you in Mr. Donovan's way. But we just have too many people. We just need to cut some people off because some don't even care that they're there. I really care that everyone is there because this opportunity makes us who we are. And Jamie has been there. He goes to
10
events,
seconds.
and some other people don't even go. I say we say you're fired and you're out.
Austin, would you like to respond?
Yes. So I slightly disagree with Tori's remark that she made about some of the Rogers Keystoners not coming because they don't think it's fun. From my perspective, the Rogers Keystoners haven't been able to come because they have such a high workload. Like they have to balance a job on top of academics, on top of Keystone, on top of sports, on top of other extracurricular activities. One of the ideas that I have for Rogers is that one of the strengths that you guys have is that you have strong leaders. I want to take advantage of that. I want you guys to break up your Keystone meetings into 4 different days of the week. And each officer, one being president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer, can lead the meeting that day of the week. And I think that since you have such great leadership skills, that the secretary, the treasurer, the vice president, and the president will have no problem leading that group of people. And the numbers that we're looking at right now, is, if I'm correct, is it 40 people from Rogers? Break it up into 10 people for each group. That way it'll be a lot easier to communicate and come up with ideas more effectively because it'll be a smaller group.
Tori, you have a chance to respond.
I thought that was actually a very good point. We could split up into 4 different meeting days. That's actually a really good idea. But that would make it difficult to communicate between the days. We would have to still have a day of the week where all 40 of us can meet. But I do think it's an awesome idea that you have.
Final rebuttal from you, Monica.
Good idea. That's all I gotta say.
All right, next question goes to Victoria. What strategies of fundraising would you utilize to sustain Keystone financially during your term as CEO? And why are your strategies the best?
Like I mentioned before, I think a car smash would be awesome, or car washes, because everyone goes to car washes to say, oh, that looks like it could be free, but if we talk to them about what Keystone is and talk to them about what we're trying to do with the money or how we're trying to keep Keystone running, they would be more than willing to donate money after we wash their car. Also, to get more teenagers involved, we could throw an event, charge maybe $3 to $4 per person. And if we had a turnout of over 100 people during a paint war, then that would definitely get teenagers, they would be interested in what we had to offer and what that money was going towards. So I think my ideas are best because my ideas get teenagers involved and they want to have fun, but at the same time they know that that money that they're using is going to go to impact something like a bigger cost.
Monica, would you like to add a response?
I would like to add, actually. Those are pretty good ideas. I like them. And fundraising ideas, I've been wanting to make a race, like a 5K. We could be making shirts, but we need money for shirts. We could be doing something else. We could be selling Kool-Aid in our neighborhood for 50 cents. That's not even that much. It's ghetto, but it works. And I think it's a good idea because not really people are inside most of the time. They're mostly outside. They're really thirsty because they go out for a jog or when dancing. It'd be a better idea to sell Kool-Aid. Yeah.
Austin.
Okay. So I see Keystone officers reaching out to sponsors and board members. Now, this is going to encourage them to donate to Keystone as Keystone individually, not only the Boys and Girls Club, because that's what our sponsors do right now, but I want them to donate to Keystone individually so we can have more money in our bank. So I also want to apply for grants locally and nationally. These are two great key resources for revenue because it's a lot of money. And it's only like, it's a single, you go in with a meeting and you go to apply for a grant. It's a single time thing. You don't have to spend a lot of time and money into going into a car wash, a car smash. You're going to be able to send your officers in there, get some face-to-face interaction with the board members, sponsors, and you're going to be able to see a lot bigger turnout. So I think this is going to be I think this is the best idea, honestly, because the Keystone members are going to be able to focus on the projects and events coming up. They're not going to have to spend a lot of time focusing on how to get resources to do all of the other fundraising events. I'm not saying get rid of them completely, but I'm saying focus on sponsors and board members for our primary source of revenue.
Tori, would you like to add to that?
No, I have no comment this time.
And Monica, do you have a
I'm blank.
Monica, right? Okay, thank you. Monica, why do you feel it's important to reach out to the community and what strategies would you use to do so?
Reaching to the community is really important because none of us would be here thanks to our parents who are here sometimes. But we need sponsors or donations that would help us grow bigger because sometimes we don't have enough space. We might need a bigger bus. We need new things in life to help us keep us together. And I believe that we are brothers and sisters. If you have a boyfriend, you're not his brother, obviously. But I really think reaching out to the community would help us a lot better by raising money and communicating with parents about their children. We can help them out with their problems.
10 seconds.
And that's it, Donovan.
Austin, would you like to add or respond?
Yes. And so, just as I said briefly a while ago in my speech, our community is important. If we take the time to give back to it, we're not only helping those who need it, but we're also creating a positive environment for future generations. So that maybe one day your little brother or your little sister will see what you've done in the community and how you've impacted it. So my goal as CEO would be to impact the lives of 5,000 people. This may seem like a big number, but once you put it into perspective and you think of it as a big picture for the whole year, it's really not. And I believe that with the commitment and determination of you guys, your guys' help, I think that we can achieve this goal. I believe that's all I wanted to focus on for community service.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Shannon, why do you feel it's important to reach out to the community and what strategies would you use to do so?
I think it's important to reach out to the community because it help us by providing things and making it easier for us. Well, we can also be providing things for them too, volunteer work or anything like that. So,
Monica, would you like to add or respond?
I think I would like to add something else because we need new people too. Soon the torch clovers will be gone. We need new Keystoners. That's all I gotta say.
Rick's final question. Austin, how would you create a culture within Keystone of academic success and what makes your strategy the best option?
As being students, I think academic success is one of the major points in Keystone. And that is because what we do now determines our future. What you do tomorrow in school is going to show up 10 years from now whenever you're applying for a job. And with that being said, I will bring tutors into the club and I will bring mentors into the club to relieve some of the pressure that you have built up from academics. I know how it is. I have two AP classes as a high school student, and I know the pressure that homework holds. So if we bring tutors into the club, that is going to relieve a lot of stress. Also, the mentors can help us write our resumes. They can help us learn job interviewing skills, and these are important because whenever you're going out to apply for your first job, you want to be on the top of your game. So again, you're ahead of the other students at your high school, and that's what Keystone's about. It's about building leaders and building strong characters. So That's what I believe that academic success can do for us.
Victoria?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So would you create a culture within Keystone of academic success, and what makes your strategy the best option?
Like Austin said, he wants to bring in people from outside the club to tutor and to mentor. But I think that since Torch Club is the future of Keystone, we can work, Keystoners can be the mentors of Torch Club, both just in life and mainly with academic success. So we can tutor them, we can mentor them, show them what they're gonna, I know what that academic success portion of Keystone needs. And I know that the Torch Clubbers need mentors that are inside the club.
Monica, would you like to respond?
Yes, I actually know someone that really needs help in her homework, and she really doesn't like to do it. I think we need more people that push you up. Like I said, we need some mentors that will be there for your homework. I mean, like, it's hard when you have to go to college and school. I go to cosmetology and high school and have an AP class. It's difficult. I need someone to help me. When there's no one there, I'm really confused and I don't do my homework. And when someone asks me for help, I feel a lot better because it just goes down and I just calm down. Like, it's something that you want to be helped on, because without your diploma or college degree, you won't have a good life. If you're working at McDonald's, you won't like it. Trust me. I know it.
10 seconds.
And I would just like to be more focused in education. It's depending on our future, and we need it.
Also, would you like to respond?
Yes. So I completely agree with Tori's great idea of helping the Torch Club members out. In addition to that, what it will do is mentoring these Torch Clubbers. They're going to realize how great people you are, and they're going to want to be like you. So one day, whenever they're old enough, they'll look to being part of Keystone so they can be where you are right now. And I think I understand the area of academic success the best because not only am I in the Learning Center, that's my job, is to tutor kids, but also I lead our STEM program for the Boys and Girls Club. And what that is science, technology, engineering, and math. I think that I can come in and apply a lot of the
Random grade checks to where people don't know that they're about to get their grades checked when they come to the meeting on Wednesday. They show up and Donovan asks to see their grades on their phone right from the grade book that the school website has put up. That way they're not trying to find a way out of getting their grades checked. So, and by doing that, we'll have, we can help each other within Keystone and within Torch Club to better get our grades up so that we can have the careers that we want in life.
Monica, do you have anything additional?
Maybe I do. I just gotta say, Austin's really smart. I wish I was like him. I would be a lot taller, knowledgeable. And Tori has some good ideas. We all have good ideas. I do too.
You're spending a lot more time with the people that you're surrounded with, and you're growing lifelong relationships through stuff like going to Keystone Conference, which is a excellent opportunity that we have. And what it is we get a charter goal each year because we're outstanding. We will continue to do this no matter who's CEO is. We will charter goal, and you guys will have a chance to go to conference and go to stuff like Disney World, go to stuff like Universal Studios, and get to be part of stuff like that, which is something that I was able to experience as a kid, and I think that you will be able to get more opportunities like that if you carry on at Keystone. That was a great question.
All right. Any other questions? Yes.
What kind of person are you seeking to be in Keystone?
What kind of person am I seeking to be in Keystone? Well, I want to be obviously CEO because I'm here, but I want to be a stronger leader. I want you guys to look at me and come to me with problems. I want you guys to come to me with help. I want to be the primary leader of Keystone, but I want to step back. I want to also step back from being a leader and start being a follower, learning how to be a follower, and learning how to be led. I want you guys to be awesome leaders, and I want to see that. I want to see us all grow together because we are a family, like Austin said. So I want to see all of us grow and become better leaders, but also learn how to be followers.
I'm sorry, I don't understand your question.
Like,
Am I
planning
planning
to get Torch better.
getting Torch Club better? Yes. So for what I see Torch Club doing is we do stuff like Go to Go 7, and what that is, it's a community service project that we do, and we go and we give food out to people who are below the poverty line who can't provide for themselves. What I want to see Torch Club is playing a part of that by going out and collecting the food for us. And you guys will be able to interact with us a lot more frequently through that, so we will be able to, you guys will get the food, we'll take the food to the Go 7 event and we'll be able to distribute it. So I believe that I can make Torch Club better through offering you guys more projects like that. Did that answer your question?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
This is for
Okay.
what does it feel like to be a true leader from your point of view?
To be a true leader, it feels like, that's a really good question, because I've never actually thought about what it feels like to be a leader. I think that what it feels like to be a leader is to, man, you are a good question asker. I'm going to need to think about that for a few seconds, actually. Can you better describe your question? Like,
How do you, how does it make you happy and to get that good feeling inside of you and have?
okay, I think I understand what you're asking. When I am with Keystone, when we do activities and we are making an impact on the community, like the things that we've been doing with Go 7, which is a program that donates necessities. There was 2 blind children who were walking down the line. At first, we didn't really realize that they were blind. We just thought that they were acting like kids because they were touching everything. But Jocelyn offered the little girl a little designed Germex cover thing. And the mom said, well, she can't really see it. And that literally brought tears to my eyes to know that we were helping someone who not only did not have what she needed in life that her parents couldn't provide for her at that time, but that we could be there and just help her to kind of know what Keystone is. She doesn't really know what Keystone is yet because she's so young, but that could have made an impact on her life. Getting things from us, that is something that's so big to me. Like, we are providing things for them that they could maybe not have. Like when we provided the Christmas presents in Joplin, that was one of my favorite things ever. To see the little kids that came with their parents, their faces light up. That is the best feeling ever. So I hope did I answer your question?
How do you plan on making Keystone a more fun and family atmosphere and more comfortable to be in?
Well, I want to ask every Keystoner what they like. I will jam ideas into a scrap, and I'll see what everybody likes to do in common. I don't want to play video games all day because I get addicted, and I want to do something that everybody likes. Some people don't like to be in hot air because you sweat a lot. You sweat. I hate sweating, but I like to run. And family, like, we need something that goes down the hill. I'll be there for you, bro. I love you.
Hey. Good to see you. Come on in, let's go. Yeah! Let's go! Alright, okay. Alright, okay. Return to the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is. is what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up, first shot, come strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Glad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Grown music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds, but I do that.